Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am the Pick a Card Empress, and today we're going to do an Akashic Records reading where we look at the foundation of the contract between you and your person, whoever you have in mind. Okay, now what I'm going to do for each pile, and yes, of course, just now somebody must pass some loud music, right? What we're going to do for each pile, I'm first going to get a vision that will, be the tone of the whole reading, and we'll see how it dovetails into the reading. These cards I have here will be significators. I do not know what the hell they are, so I'm trusting spirit, right? And then I'll go through the foundation of the contract, and it won't be the whole contract, just what is most important for you to know at this moment in time. What lessons or blessings are you guys powering through, and where are you guys currently in the contract? And then I'll go into the extended, where you guys will be a year from now, the highest outcome of the connection based on the current energies, advice to get into alignment or to remain in alignment depending on what we get, and then messages from your person, and then I'll get final card of advice from the higher self. Okay, so we have 3 piles today as per usual. The first pile is this shell here. The second pile is this one that actually looks like that Shell motor oil icon, right? And the third pile is this little beauty here. Okay, so do your thing, pick your part, and I'm going to be back with your Akashic Records reading. Hey pile 1, this is your reading. So if you chose this beautiful greeny brown shell, this reading will be for you. Okay, so before I turn this over, let me tell you the vision that I got. Now, if you are a survivor of intimate partner violence, you get triggered by something like that, this will not be the reading for you to listen to, because that is what came through. Okay, all right, so this is what I saw. I saw this man and this woman. It looks like, from the clothes I saw, it had to be like mid 1800s or something like that. No, it might even be before that. Yeah, it might be before that. Maybe early 1800s. When is Manifest Destiny time? When they had Westport expansion? Y'all have to let me know. I forget all these dates. So Western expansion, Manifest Destiny in the United States is that kind of time when we had those caravans moving and people living in cabins, that kind of thing. Western expansion, this is that time. So anyway, I'm seeing this man and this woman. I'm not saying they were fighting, because it's clear that he is abusing her. I do not know who you are in that whole scenario. I don't know who you are. Okay, we'll try and find out. But this man is like in a jealous rage, accusing her of all kinds of shit. And when we hear her thoughts, she wasn't doing any of those things, but it is his own insecurities that make him act out like that. And this particular night, things like really get really, really bad, go too far, and they're not showing me the end, but I feel like the woman died. Yes. The woman died because they're showing me him burying her in, the piling the rocks, the big boulders to mark a grave. And then the wooden cross, they just show me that. So this woman died, okay? After being a victim of intimate partner violence, unfounded accusations, the woman died. So that is the vision that we're working with. So let's see what is going on in this. So that already starts really heavy, pile 1. So let's see what is this card you guys have here. We have 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it is a 4 of Wands, right? The 4 of Wands in reverse. So that talks about a dysfunctional family upbringing. Could be dysfunctional patterns. It could be the breakup of a relationship. It could be someone not having a solid foundation, coming from a broken home or something like that. So, and we did get a very violent encounter in a family, because I do get that they were married. Okay, so let us pull some cards on these here This Four of Wands. So it looks like dysfunctional family patterns are coming through. And let's see how we can further locate this vision that I got. Let's see what happened there. All right, let's see. I don't know who you are. Now, when we get these past life visions, they're very interesting because sometimes these things play out in the past, whether you have been a survivor of domestic violence or the person who may have been the perpetrator. It usually plays out in the beginning of the lifetime. And sometimes that's a good indicator for you to know who you were in that particular vision. Because if you are the survivor in this lifetime, most likely you're the one that perpetrated it in the last lifetime. Okay, it usually plays out again, vice versa. All right, so let's see. We have Three of Swords in reverse. It's about healing hearts, releasing third parties, having proper boundaries, loving yourself, and standing in your power. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Swords, speaking your truth. All right, let's see what's going on here. So we're talking about a Four of Wands. So we're talking about dysfunctional family patterns or an unsteady foundation. And this is unsteady foundation. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Because I saw the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like the person who was a perpetrator in that vision may have had someone else, but he projected that onto her. He, like, you know the people who are always cheated, they're always the one that's paranoid, right? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the Nine of Wands. So what I'm getting here, in this lifetime, this is what you guys are doing. You and your person. You guys are releasing third parties. It looks like lifetime after lifetime, there was some kind of third party involved. And that always added an element of jealousy and possessiveness and violence and codependency. In this lifetime, both of you guys are meant to build some kind of stable foundation together and transmute any toxic family patterns. Because look, we have the Four of Wands comes out upright. And also in this lifetime, you're meant to stand in your power and not to give your power away to anyone else, whether physically, emotionally, psychologically, or spiritually. Okay? So that's what it's all about in this lifetime. So they're telling us about this contract already. All right, so let us go into the Akashic Tarot. Now, this Akashic reading is something I offer, but my readings are closed at this point in time. They open on the 11th of every month and they kind of get sold out within the hour. So the best way to get a reading from me, if you want one, is to add your name to the mailing list on my website, which is madeforlove.com. And then those persons usually get the first announcement that bam, it's open. Okay, so we have, it says it's a card number 11, so this is a justice card, but it also says the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, so again, we're getting a covenant is a contract. So they're going to tell us about the main highlights of this contract between you and this person, and it's meant to bring you guys back into balance and also to balance some sort of karmic debt. Okay, all right, so let's get 4 cards. What is the foundation of the contract between you guys? We have the Six of Cups in reverse, and it says the War of the Roses, and this is in reverse. And this card usually talks about some kind of violent encounter or some kind of power struggle between the persons where diplomacy has fallen apart. Okay, you can't recover this. We have Balance in reverse, and it's a Seven of Wands in reverse. You see exactly what we got from clarifying those first cards is what's coming out now. There was some kind of imbalance in power. In the last lifetime, someone did not have healthy boundaries or was very codependent and toxic. Like, you guys just waged war. It was an all-out war with each other. Breakdown in diplomatic relations. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, dysfunctional foundation. So it's the same messages we're getting. And we have the Six of Wands in reverse, and that usually talks about insecurities. Okay, all right, so we're definitely getting confirmation of the vision that we had. So the foundation of the contract that you have with this person is to transmute several things. One, some kind of power struggle, and a serious power struggle, like an all-out war between you guys. Okay, yep, where there was like a total breakdown of the relationship. The relationship was not recoverable. Both of you guys were really seriously in karmic energies, because the Six of Cups reverse can talk about a karmic partner or karmic lesson. So you guys were definitely in karmic energies. But this also talks about a dysfunctional childhood. Six of Cups in reverse, because remember, Six of Cups upright talks about childhood. Remember, the quintessential Six of Cups is the boy giving the flowers to the girl. It's all about children. So it looks like rising out of some kind of dysfunctional childhood or dysfunctional family life, home life. And then this teaching you guys to have inappropriate boundaries. So this is all the beginning of it. You guys come from dysfunctional families, inappropriate boundaries, so you guys are out of balance, out of whack. Because of that, you guys never have any kind of firm foundation, especially in relationships, because you guys are so bloody insecure, which is what we saw. So you guys are meant to transmute all these energies in this lifetime. So let's clarify and let's see what we get. But basically, this is it. Spirit talk about the Six of Cups in reverse, the War of the Roses. And did you guys ever see that movie, The War of the Roses? You guys have to see that shit. I mean, it's an all-out war till both of them basically kill each other, which is what we saw. Well, one person killed the partner in the dream, in the vision, but that's what we saw, right? An all-out war, a power struggle, a couple that's incompatible because everybody there is codependent, toxic, and have no self-love. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's not a relationship that one should invest in karmic energies. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So Spirit saying whatever happened in the past is being played over in this lifetime. In order for you guys to transmute it. People, being deceptive, being sneaky. Yeah, that's what happened that last lifetime. Being deceptive, being sneaky, and just absolutely toxic. Totally unbalanced. Six of Pentacles in reverse. And it looks like there was a karmic partner involved. So if you have a karmic attached to your relationship in this lifetime, it looks like that same karmic was attached to your relationship in that lifetime. They're also saying here, because of that experience in that lifetime, both of you have an issue with expressing love and being vulnerable, and this is something that you guys are meant to transmute or balance in this lifetime, because you guys are totally out of balance here with that Seven of Wands in reverse. Inappropriate boundaries, not standing up for what you believe in, heavily codependent. Let's see that Seven of Wands in reverse, that balance card in reverse. So in this lifetime, you're meant to transmute that energy and really find your happiness. And remember, you can't find your happiness without the One of Cups, which is the Ace of Cups, right? Which talks about self-love. So everything, the karmic debt from that last lifetime is meant to be balanced out. And then you guys are meant to experience this beautiful Ten of Cups energy. But first, we have to break down the ego and break down that dysfunctional paradigm that we brought over from the past life. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is going to play out again in the beginning of this lifetime, where you're in, some of you guys might have been in abusive relationships, codependent relationships, and you didn't have a solid foundation as a child. It plays out again in the beginning of the lifetime. You take on that template and then you're meant to transmute it. Yeah, moving on from any kind of dysfunction or instability. Because it looks like lifetime after lifetime, you guys were doing the same thing. And it all stems from your insecurities. Six of Wands in reverse. So in this lifetime, you're meant to move beyond that Six of Wands in reverse to the Seven of Wands, which is having enough self-love to have appropriate boundaries and to love yourself and to protect your energy, to stand in your power and use your power appropriately. You're also getting rid of any third parties. Just saying. Just saying. We're moving on from all of that shit in this lifetime, right? All right. So what lessons or blessings are you guys currently experiencing right now? On this side would be for the feminine energy, and this side would be the masculine energy, okay? What lessons or blessings are you guys experiencing right now? Now we have a scribe or writer coming through, and this has been coming through heavily in the collective about writing down or communicating some sort of information here. Okay, so we're gonna go into that, and the masculine energy. We have angels. So he's being divinely guided at this point in time. I say he, but it's masculine energy, okay? Whether they're male or female in body. All right, so we have a scribe here. So it looks like the feminine energy in this setup, in this connection, is being asked to communicate their truth in some particular way. And it looks like communicate their truth in some kind of mass media kind of way, okay? Now, this could just be communicating your truth to your person, whether it's through text or you're making a call, whatever it is. But it's a card about speaking up and speaking your truth. It's a throat chakra activation card. So Spirit is also saying that you brought over some skill, some kind of communication skill in this lifetime that you're meant to use to light the path for others. So it looks like the feminine energy here is embarking on some kind of soul mission, and it might involve communication of some sort. Let me pull a couple cards on it. We have the devil in reverse. Whatever you are communicating is about how you triumphed over codependency and a lack of self-love. Codependency could just have been inappropriate boundaries. It could have been addictions, toxic relationships, whatever it is. You are communicating about that to others. And this is helping to light the path for other people. It's part of the resolution of your karma. I think in that lifetime, whoever is a feminine energy now was the perpetrator. That's what I'm getting, guys. That's what I'm getting. Whoever's a feminine energy now was the perpetrator. And this kind of mass communication that you're doing here is part of the balancing of the scales. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you're meant to bring yourself back into balance. Maybe you have a problem with jealousy. Maybe you have a lot of insecurities. Maybe you didn't love yourself in the past. Whatever it is, you're meant to bring this back into balance, okay? Because it looks like, yeah, you're balancing karma. That's what I'm getting, guys. So that guy from the vision, I'm getting it's you. Now let's see the masculine energy. It looks like he's being guided by his spirit, guides, angels right now. Let's see what that is all about. Getting divine guidance. Some kind of divine intervention. We have 9 of Cups. He's also learning about self-love and his own self-worth. So both of you guys, whether you know it or not, you guys are mirroring each other. He might be doing it in a third-party situation here, choosing his happiness, okay? He might be doing it in a third-party situation. And it looks like you might have done it on your own. But both of you guys are doing the same thing. Bringing yourself back into balance. Releasing any kind of codependency and insecurities. It's just that you are doing it on a kind of mass scale right now, and they're doing it in their personal circle. Both of you are doing the same thing, taking action. Or that's what you're being asked to do anyway. So if you've been getting that itch to write a book or communicate in some way, whether it's a podcast or whatever it is, this is exactly where you're supposed to be right now. You are meant to be shining your light right now. It doesn't even have to be writing. It could be some kind of creative project. But whatever it is, it's meant to light the way and touch the hearts of people. And you are balancing a karmic debt by doing that. Very interesting, guys. Okay, so let me see where you guys are. I'm currently in the contract. Let me see where you guys are. But it looks like you guys are well on your way, because that's what you guys are meant to be doing. Let's see where you guys are at. We have reflection, and it's a card number 19. So 19 is the sun. Okay. So it looks like you are standing more in your masculine energy, whoever's a feminine energy. You're standing more in your masculine energy and really trying to balance yourself off by reflecting upon your life and the choices that you've made. For some of you guys, you guys might be going on a journey. Or you might be more cognizant of the fact that your masculine reflects you, or your inner masculine, a little more than you would like. A little more than you would like. I'll pull some cards on that. And where's the masculine energy right now? Where's he at? He has Ace of Swords in reverse. And this is on track in reverse. So he is not on track at all. He's still running from his path. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, so let's see. Feminine energy. Why you got this reflection card? What's that about? We have the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you see, you're doing a lot of soul searching. You see, on the journey, right? Deep into your unconscious, your subconscious with that moon card. Okay, and any kind of self-sabotaging patterns or toxic behaviors, you are releasing them at this time. And really stepping into the appropriate use of your power. That's what I'm getting here. Now, I see the masculine is Ace of Swords in reverse. And the card says on track, and it's in reverse. So he is not where he's meant to be. Let's see what's going on. And maybe this is why he's getting some divine intervention right now. Let's see what's going on with that masculine energy. Yeah, he's with a karmic here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know, that's the golden in karmic, right? And I feel she might be kind of loud and quarrelsome. That's my neighbor that you just heard. Oh my God, she can go on and on. She's a quarrelsome woman. He's there with a karmic. Still trying to run from his truth, but Spirit's letting you know that 2021 is going to be that year for him. Okay? He's going to get up and get, because 2021 reduced to 5, which is the Hierophant. So he's going to be learning some serious lessons at this time, because he's not where he's meant to be in the soul contract. He's meant to have already made a choice. But it looks like they're going to be stepping in to teach him some kind of harsh lesson here with this Hierophant card. Okay, so I'm going to go to the extended. Okay, I'm going to get a card of advice for you guys for who can't join me in the extended. All right, but when I go to the extended, I'm going to look at where you guys are going to be a year from now. I'm going to look at the highest outcome based on the current energies. I'm going to get some advice of how you guys can remain in alignment, because you are in alignment, and how the masculine energy can get into alignment. Then I'll get messages from your person, and then another card of advice. So for the people who can't join me, this advice is for you. What's the advice for your situation here? Spirit saying springtime, which is just now, actually. Whenever you watch this, It's going to be in springtime. There's something new that's happening, some kind of transformation here, because I think they've called in they've called in some help. They've called in some. It says your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So if you're doing some kind of project, you're writing a book, whatever it is, it looks like you really get going with it in the springtime. And in terms of your person finally blooming, finally transforming, it looks like this happens in spring. Okay? All right. So join me in the extend if you can. If you can't, grateful for your likes, shares, subscribes, and dislikes. They all help. Yeah, there's some kind of thing with marriage here. They all help the channel grow. And you've also paid off your debt. Spirit wants you to know that debt paid off, okay? So that karmic debt, it looks like you've done your part and everything is okay. All right, so join me in the extended if you're able. If not, gratefully like, share, subscribes. And if you can go a step further and interact with any of the ads that may have played during this reading, that's a beautiful energy exchange for me. And you should do that for any reader you enjoy, because it keeps that flow of abundance and that balance going. All right, my loves, that was your reading. I hope that helped you. Take care. Bye. How to, if you chose the shell. Okay, this is going to be your reading. So before we start going into this Akashic reading and looking at the foundation of the contract between you and this person. Now, they're not going to show you the whole contract. The whole contract. They're going to show you what you need to know right now. Whether it's to let you know that you're on track or you're gone off course. And then they will tell you what to do to get back on track, okay? All right, so before I started, I asked for a vision for this pile, okay? And what they showed me was man and a woman, okay, masculine and feminine energy in some sort of relationship. Apparently it's a love relationship. They're seeing each other, but it looks like it came to a point where the feminine energy had to choose between either love or money, and then the vision ended with and it's so weird. The vision ended with her like lying down and swimming among a pile of coins, a pile of gold coins. So it tells me that she sold out this love for some kind of financial security or because of greed. It reminded me of oh my gosh, there was this cartoon that used to show like in the 80s or 90s called DuckTales, and the main character had a rich uncle that used to swim in the money every morning. Right, it was like that. It was that kind of energy of greed that came out from this. So the feminine energy, she chose to be in poverty consciousness and chose the more financially viable option. Now, this could mean that she could have chosen another relationship for the money, or she chose her career or over this true love connection and the masculine. He was kind of heartbroken. Okay, now they're showing me Jesus. Now they showed me the end of it. He was heartbroken, and then he shot himself in the head with a shotgun. Sorry about that. I didn't know that was coming out, so I would have given you a trigger warning. But when I asked about whilst I was talking to you, I asked what happened to the masculine, and they showed me. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so heartbroken, right? So bearing that in mind, we're gonna see what they want to show us today. All right, so what we have here, and it came out in reverse. We have a King of Wands in reverse. Now, the King of Wands in reverse abuses their power, whether it is spiritual power, financial power, physical power, particularly spiritual power. And they're telling us here that you guys have been trapped in cycles. I mean, look at this chest, cycles doing the same thing over and over again, giving your power, because this is also a warmonger, so this could be giving your power away to anger. King of Wands in reverse is also a philanderer. He has an issue with controlling his sexual urges, so it could be sex addictions, whatever it is. Okay, but it's a total imbalance especially in that sacral chakra. Okay, so that's what's coming through with this card. So let me pull a couple cards on that. 3 cards on that, and let's see the first message that's coming through. So that's a significator for the whole reading. And it also makes sense because death by suicide is really anger turned inward. Anger directed at the self. All right, so let's see. So it's a total imbalance, especially in the sacral, the lower chakras. We have 2 of Wands in reverse, and the 2 of Wands in reverse reduces to the Ace of Wands. We have the Lovers in reverse, Gemini, and we have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn. So in this lifetime, what you guys are meant to do is to get back into balance. You're meant to know what is the appropriate use of your spiritual and sexual energy with that Ace of Wands. You're meant to choose love in this lifetime with that Lovers in reverse, because Lovers upright talks about a choice, and you're meant to make the choice for love this lifetime. And you're meant to move away or release any kind of devil energy, any kind of temptation, whether it be sex, money, toxic relationships, substances, whatever it is. This is what you're meant to conquer in this lifetime, which is very much what we got here. All right, so let us go into the Akashic Tarot. Now remember, this is just based off, they're going to show us the foundation of the contract, but when we get to where we are, it's just the current energies, and you can change that if you're not in alignment. It's just like a warning for you, okay? So don't get down. And we have the 6 of Swords, healing, beautiful, okay? Beautiful, healing and moving on from past pain, past behavior, codependent and toxic habits. Beautiful. So let's see, what is the foundation of the contract between you and this person? Let's get 4 cards. We have Uriel and the Phoenix in reverse, and to card number 21, which is a World in reverse. So that tells us in this lifetime, you guys are closing out cycles that have been ongoing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, which is what we got from this first card, right? Now, Uriel and the Sphinx, when it's upright, it talks about tapping into collective intelligence, tapping into divine guidance. But this could also be a reference to the Akasha, okay? And the fact that it's in reverse, it tells me there's still a lot of unresolved karma that you guys are meant to close out in this lifetime. What else is here? We have the 8 of Swords. So that's about being trapped, right? Trapped in programming. It says paths unknown. Okay, you're not making up your mind to go down different paths. You're staying trapped in a particular pattern. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so some kind of unstable foundation or some kind of unhealthy relationship with money is coming through, which is what we got from the vision. And then we have the King of Swords in reverse, hiding your true and authentic self from the world, not being true to your heart, not being true to who you are. Okay, so it looks like, and this is how it's going to start off in this lifetime. It looks like both of you guys come from some kind of unstable foundation, particularly in childhood, and whatever you get there makes you have a very interesting relationship with money and power. Okay, that's how you start off. A weird relationship with money and power. And if you have to sell out who you truly are or truly love in order to get that money and power, so be it. So maybe some of you might have grown up with people being in relationships because of financial expediency. They stay there, people hiding their true self from each other, people staying stuck in toxic relationships, because of financial obligations. You're going to see all of that. And basically, you're going to be hiding particularly your spiritual self from the world. That's what I'm getting with this. So let's pull some cards on these and let's see if we get more information. So let's see Uriel and the Sphinx. The World card in reverse, basically. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And this talks about dysfunctional family. So this tells me as well that you guys are not just here to balance off your own karma, unlike pile 1, which is more about personal karma. This is also ancestral karma that you guys are processing that goes back eons. Lifetime after lifetime, generation after generation, doing the same shit. Okay, so you guys are processing karma for your ancestors, because your ancestral line has been stuck in the same power hungry loop for a long time. But in this lifetime, what you guys are meant to do is to live a more heartful and a heart-led life with this King of Cups here, because remember, he's the master of the emotions. Now that also gets back to our anger point that we saw, okay? Because remember, I told you, when we die by suicide, it is anger turned inward. And this, we had this King of Wands who's in reverse, who has anger issues. So maybe one of the things, one of the emotions that you guys need to master in this lifetime will be some kind of anger issue. So there is that, and particularly for the masculine energy in this. Okay, let's get one more, and whatever comes with anger, because they're talking about here in family situations, so maybe even domestic violence. So maybe you can watch pile 1, because that came out there as well. Let's get one more card. Yes, Spirit is saying for generations have created a comfort zone, okay, where they live in dysfunction. Okay, the emphasis is on money, and all the things that are kind of a vanity led, okay, whilst keeping very silent about their heart and their emotions. Okay, they built a kind of comfort zone. You are meant to shake, you and this person, you guys are meant to shake things up and break your family or your ancestral line out of this programming. That's what you guys are doing. Yeah, Page of Wands. You are the start. You are the little firebrand that's going to burn this shit down. Okay, lifetime after lifetime, you guys doing the same. This whole ancestral line doing the same thing, not going anywhere, because that's what Eight of Swords is about. It's about not going anywhere. Okay, trapped in a particular pattern. So you are the one. You and your person. You guys are bringing the light to your families here. Okay. Breaking away from tradition, okay? Teaching them very powerful spiritual lessons. Yes. And making sure that everybody lives a truthful life, where everybody's their authentic self, where people have healthy boundaries, where people operate from a place of self-love. That's what you guys are meant to do. Bloody hell. Let's see this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It says the Architect in reverse. So that's a false foundation. And this is my Ace of Pentacles card. So this is what you guys are doing. You guys are taking the false foundation of the family line, and you are establishing, you and your person are establishing a new one. Something that's more stable. Something that's based on boundaries, standing up for yourself. With that Seven of Wands, you guys are going to be fighting for this to happen. You guys are the front line, the warriors. You guys are leading your lineage in this. Establishing a new foundation. Okay? Facing your fears. Not living a life in fear. For some of you guys are addressing maybe a family history of depression as well. And let's see this King of Swords in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. Yeah, people not standing in their power. People abusing their power. Because remember, the King of Swords in reverse in my readings is the overt narcissist. Okay? That's him here. So you guys would have had experiences with people who may not just have narcissistic tendencies, but are narcissists. Okay? Maybe you come from a narcissistic family. You guys are transmuting that template and starting anew. Okay, all these self-sabotaging behaviors, all the conflicts in the family that arise out of people being self-centered. Okay, you guys are showing people how to stand in their power and to stand up for who they are and what they believe in. You guys are showing your whole family line how to live a more authentic life. So most of the work that you are doing in this lifetime ain't for yourself. If it happens for yourself, you heal yourself, it's incidental. Your main thing here is processing ancestral karma and setting a new template, because it's what this is. A new template for your family line. 1 second, guys. Okay, so let us look at what lessons or blessings the two persons, the two counterparts, learning or enjoying at this time. I'm going to go into the past life oracle deck. Okay. Okay, well, let's have a look. I didn't even put my mic on. Maybe some of you guys are broadcasting something. Okay. All right. So, feminine energy, whether man or woman, will be on this side. Masculine energy on this side. What are you doing right now? You are processing some sort of father wound. Okay? Some kind of issue with the father. Now, when we have father wounds, it really prevents us from, one, having proper relationships or connections or interactions with masculine energy and authority figures, right? And also, it prevents us or makes it very difficult to step in our power or assert our masculine energy in a healthy way. That masculine energy kind of comes out as kind of aggressive, right? Kind of aggressive because of total imbalance here. So the feminine energy, she is processing a father wound at this time. Let's see masculine energy. We have angels. This came out in the same position for power one. So he's getting divine intervention and angelic guidance right now. Let's pull some cards on these. Let's see what this is coming through about a father wound. Now, if you do have a good relationship with your father, it simply means that you guys have decided to incarnate again as in the same mother and daughter, father and daughter, or father and son dynamic. But this sounds like a wound that's being processed. Let's see what it is. We have a Tower moment. Yep. Looks like things are being broken down. Whatever resentments that may have been held in the past, whatever walls that you may have put up against your father, or some of us, we tend to idolize our parents so much that it's only when we start digging deep then we really see their humanity and the things that they could have done better. And I think this is what's happening with the feminine energy. Now it could be happening with the person who modeled the masculine energy to the feminine energy, and that could have been the mother, who knows, but whoever modeled the masculine energy. That is where DF's lack of self-love comes from. The feminine's lack of self-love comes from, and that's where her codependency or propensity for toxic relationships, this is where it comes from. Yeah. And spirit is saying this is an ancestral pattern. This is an ancestral pattern here. Whether it was an abandonment, whatever it is, this is what the feminine energy is processing right now. The masculine energy getting a little extra help. Let's find out why. We have Knight of Wands in reverse because he wasn't following his heart. He wasn't stepping into his power at all. Okay? But they're also helping him to balance some kind of errant sexual energy. Okay, it looks like he might have been in player mode. All right, which we got here with the first card. Some kind of, spreading his joy around. Okay, so the angels, that divine guidance helping him here to really stabilize himself, because it looks like he's been out of balance for a really long time. So he's getting help from his guides, ancestors, to have healthy boundaries, okay? And really recognize himself as a divine being and to guard that precious energy instead of spreading it willy-nilly, no pun intended, okay? Where are you guys now in terms of the contract? All right, I'm sorry to do this to you guys again, but my friends just come to collect something. I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. I feel like in this connection, I feel like you guys had a lot of interference. Maybe you came through family members or friends, okay, trying to make sure that this contract didn't come to its completion, okay, that you guys won't be able to do what you needed to do. And maybe even now, there might be interference in the mix. So make sure to keep yourself clear, and if you're able, try to clear your person. Okay, so let us see where you guys are currently in terms of the soul contract. Are you guys on track, given what you guys are supposed to accomplish? Or are you guys off doing your own thing? Oh gosh, my gosh. All right, so let's see feminine energy. She is on track because she's harnessing her power and she's following her heart. She's being led by her heart space. When we talk about Archangel Raphael, we talk about heart healing and the power of the heart, okay? So she has been healing her heart and she's allowing her heart to guide her, which is exactly what the feminine energy is supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Remember? Let us see the masculine. The masculine here is out of balance, and I feel like this is why he's getting some divine intervention in his ass right now. Right? 7 of Wands reverse, a lack of boundaries, not standing up for himself. He's out of balance, out of whack here, and I feel that's why he's getting some divine intervention right now. All right, let's pull some cards on this, and maybe you guys can watch Power 1, because this very much seems like the energy of Power 1 as well, where DF is standing in her power. She's doing her healing work, okay, healing her heart. She's here in the strength card, number 8, and divine masculine out of balance here. The inner DM and the outer DM out of balance. But this is what she's healing, right? So she's healing her inner DM right now. And once she does that, this is going to ground that energy for him to also do his healing. So this is not something that I would freak out about, but he's definitely not on track at this point in time. So let's pull some cards on these. All right, so DF, the feminine energy in this relationship, standing in her power, right? She's still wounded, okay, but she's addressing those hurts. 6 of Swords reverse, right? She's still healing, yeah, but she's 7 of Wands, setting healthy boundaries. She's standing up for herself. So she is gaining balance, stepping into her strength, stepping into her power, and it looks like she is becoming the Emperor. She's healing her inner DM because 2020 reduced to 4, and that is the Emperor, right? So she is on track with that, okay? I remember the Emperor is about establishing law and order. I remember the masculine energy in particular, okay? The inner DM and the outer DM has been off balance for centuries. Let's see what the masculine is doing. He's out of balance, still giving his power away, okay? All right, so he is being guided now to make a choice, and it's a choice in love. She has already chosen the connection. It is for him to choose the connection now. Okay? He might be remembering the betrayal or the abandonment from last time. That might be an unconscious wound or unconscious thread that's running beneath the surface that he doesn't even understand he has. Okay? But he is meant to make this choice. She has already made the choice. He is meant to make this choice, right? And show up in a more balanced way. For her. So he's getting, and stop sabotaging himself. So he's getting some divine guidance now to help him do that. So he's not where he needs to be, but they're sending in reinforcements to help him to get where he needs to be. All right, so let us get some advice. Now, in the extended, what we're going to do, we're going to see where you guys are going to be a year from now. Depending on what we get from that, if masculine energy is still out of whack and off track, then we get some advice as to how you can shift that energy and help him really get back on track, because it's a team effort, okay? Then we're going to look at what's the highest outcome from the connection based on the current energies. I told you I would get advice to see how you can manifest the highest outcome. Then I'll get some messages from your person's 3D self, and then I'll get some final guidance cards. But for those who can't join me in the extended, let me get some guidance for you. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Because you're doing a good job, okay? Your team player, not so well, but they're working on him. What is the guidance for you? So the person is watching this. What is the guidance? Because masculine still in resistance. Okay. The guidance is marriage. It says the fairies join you in celebrated wedding bliss. So it looks like this connection is headed for union, but it also could tell, it could be as well that there's a marriage here. Whether you are married, your person is married, or both of you guys are married, and that is something that needs to dissolve in order for you guys to experience union. So you take it as it resonates, okay? So I'm going to go into the extended now. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your dislikes, they all help the channel grow. And if you're able to go a step further and interact with any of the ads I may have played during this reading, that's beautiful energy exchange for me and any reader that you enjoy. So I'm going to go to the extended now. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Three, if you chose this shell, this is your reading. And of course, I forgot to get a vision for you, but as soon as I said vision, they are showing me something. So you just give me 1 second to really just look at what I'm seeing here. 1 second, guys. Okay. So what they're showing me is a sibling rivalry. What is the period? Could be 1700s. But it's a kind of Cain and Abel story, a story about envy, and it finally ends up where this envy and jealousy, it escalates. It starts as kids. They're showing me them playing with their toys and they're fighting over the toys, and it looks like twins. It's twins. They're twins, twin boys. They're fighting over toys and so on, and then this thing escalates through life, competing with each other and all of that. And then finally, they have like this big all-out brawl. I'm seeing two of them bareback, and then one kills the other. And then when the other realizes what he's done, there's all this remorse, and then a kind of flashback on their life, and realizing that his brother's been so integral in his growth and all of that, and then he finally dies by suicide. So some of you guys, maybe you can watch part 2, because the vision, they also had someone who died by suicide. But basically, the themes that we are extracting from that particular vision is 1, sibling rivalry and conflict within families. 2, envy and jealousy. And 3, of course, anger turned inward, which expresses itself as death by suicide. And of course, anger issues. Okay, so you guys, I feel that you guys can be able to watch part 2. Okay, it's a different message, different vision. Okay, but this is what's going on. So I feel like part 2, you guys are processing ancestral karma. And then now they're showing me there's so many different instances where sibling rivalry goes wrong, because even where I grew up, there was this family of butchers, and one of the brothers killed the other. And then they also reminded me of a famous story with these twins that were businessmen and competing against each other and stuff. I can't remember what's the name. I think they lived in California. If you remember, and they showed all the time on ID and stuff. So they showed me all of this. So I know I'm on the right track with some kind of sibling rivalry going on here. So you guys, you and your person, you guys are processing ancestral karma. And I do think that this pile is probably a lot of twin energy. All right. So that was a vision, kind of violent. Okay, so this came out in reverse. All right. So what we have is a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you know, she is the gold digging karmic in my readings, right? Or in my readings or reverse court cards, karmic energies, the Capricorn, but it's Capricorn out of balance. And you know, Capricorn out of balance is the workaholic, a person who they don't care who they have to step over to get where they need to go. They're doing, especially in the material world, they're all about achievement and finances. This is the gold digging karmic, as I usually say, right? So this is someone driven by greed and someone driven by poverty consciousness, which kind of dovetails into the vision that we saw. So what I'm getting from this right away is that you guys are processing ancestral karma, particularly when it comes to your relationship, both of you guys' relationships and your family's relationship to the material world and to achievement. So maybe there's a lot of overachievers in your family, but remember, overachieving comes from a feeling of inferiority. We have something to prove, okay? So very much like the twins that we saw, they felt like they had something to prove to each other. They had to outdo each other, that kind of thing. And maybe even propelled by parents to do this kind of stuff. So I'm really getting ancestral karma from this deck. But anyway, let's go deeper into the reading, but we're going to keep the card in mind and we're going to keep the vision in mind, and let's see if it is really ancestral karma that we're dealing with here. And you see, it opens already. 5 of Cups, grief with related to siblings. So I know I'm right on track. And then we have the War of the Roses upside down, and that is another crazy ass movie about 2 people basically fighting to the death, right? And the War of Roses upside down talks about a war where, you know, the whole field is just violence and not violence, where there's no winner. There's no winner. So I think we're right on point. And then 6 of Cups in reverse talks about a karmic relationship. So it's a karmic relationship related to sibling rivalry and grief. All right, so I think we are definitely on the right track with that. Go guides! Wow, thank you. We have the 4 of Cups, okay, and you know, we usually call for 4 of Cups the boredom card, but boredom is the first descent, the first step in the descent to suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideations, and maybe even attempts and maybe even suicide. And it's all about how we view ourselves and what we think that we should be. Okay, it's the views of the ego. Okay, so this is I think really getting ancestral karma here. And what we think is life, living, and success. So we have the Muse, okay, but it's a card number 15, which is the devil, which is of course any kind of temptation and especially in the material world. But it says the Muse, so it talks about drawing inspiration from maybe on not so great experiences, okay, and especially on not so great experiences in love, because 15 also reduces to 6, okay, so we have that going on. We have a fated meeting, so know that you guys were meant to be, and you guys were brought together by spirit, by the divine, and it is to take you guys forward. I'm sorry guys. Sorry. It's meant to further your ascension, and spirit is gonna let you know that this relationship will ground from the 5D. And that's why I was saying I feel twinny energy, because look, we have the twin ring there, right? So I feel a lot of twins in this pile, right? This relationship will ground from the 5D into the 3D at the appointed hour. Beautiful. One sec. Trying to clear my throat there. We have the Buddha prepares. Now this card, when it's in reverse, means your transformation is complete and you are now on soul mission. Now, this is a powerful pile because we only have major arcana so far. The Devil, the Chariot, Death card. So Capricorn energy coming out really strongly. We have Cancerian energy and we have Scorpio. Of course, we have Scorpio, right? It's a Scorpio pile. And then, of course, the War of Roses in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, which talks about karma. So what I'm getting from this pile, there's heavy karma to be transmuted. Heavy karma. I mean, and I feel it's especially heavy because it was siblings. It's that blood relation. Okay? So there's heavy karma here that you guys are trying to transmute. And you guys are trying to transmute that back through, one, your soul mission that you will have in this lifetime. Two, just by you guys meeting and coming together and the energy that you guys will generate together. And three, for some of you, it's through art. Whether it is writing, I think who got this? I think Pile 1 got this. So maybe Pile 3 could watch all piles. Whether it is through writing, singing, dancing, but there's something here about you guys inspiring people or bringing people out of addiction or some kind of codependency through some kind of artistic project. Okay, all right, so let me pull some cards on these, and of course I can't find my... Why am I so ill prepared today? And this card is the Buddha prepares. What the hell, guys? Just give me 1 second. The deck I want to use is over by the couch. 1 second, guys. Yeah. All right. So, heavy karmic lessons. I think both personal and ancestral. Pile 2 was mostly ancestral. Pile 1 was more personal. And that's why I feel you guys can watch all piles. Okay, so let's see. Let's see the muse. What is this about, Spirit? You guys are inspiring people to move out of codependency. That's what you guys are meant to do through some sort of soul mission, working together, collaborating together. Page of Cups, yeah. I'm reminding people about love because people have forgotten about love, okay? Reminding people about love. You guys are creating that spark of loving people, inspiring people to believe in love again. That's what I'm getting with this Pisces energy there. Yeah, you guys are grounding this love. You guys are grounding love, pure unconditional love. Love that is not codependent or attached to each other. You guys are grounding that into the 3D. That's what I'm getting. But I'm also getting that through your artistic projects. Okay? This is where you guys are going to find a sense of stability and a sense of security and even the abundance that you guys are looking for. So it's about balancing your relationship with yourself and the relationship with the material world. You guys are helping people move out of that kind of love that's it's all about attachment, and then moving into real love, unconditional love, true love, through loving yourself first with this 9 of Cups energy. Now let's see this fated meeting. So that's what you guys are supposed to do here. Yeah, 4 of Cups. You're gonna meet this person when you're kind of down in the dumps. Or maybe you didn't meet this person when you're kind of down in the dumps. Okay? Might have had addictions. Look, this person's binge eating here. You guys had addictions. Codependent in some way because that Devil card is right there. Okay? Not working on yourself. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. But then, bam. You meet the lover. And you might have even been choosing relationships that were not based on love. Okay? Based on some kind of goal you wanted to achieve. Based on finances. Okay, and then you meet this person, and then this evolution, because this is a card of karma, this transmuting of the karmic energy begins. Now we have the Buddha prepares in reverse. So when it's in the upright, this is someone who's preparing for soul mission. When it is in reverse, this person is ready for soul mission. Okay, so this is what you guys are meant to be doing. There's a greater, ooh, yeah. You guys are meant to shine like the sun. Okay, you guys are meant to show Spirit's love and benevolence to the world. Some of you guys dealing with a Leo here. Yeah, through your love, through the reconciliation of this love, and through the transmuting of karma here. I think when you meet this person, you're going to be in a place in your life, as I said, where you're bored, you might have addictions, that kind of thing. And this person is going to crack open your heart to love again. That's what I'm getting. And pull you out of these toxic patterns that you guys may have been going through for lifetimes. Misguided for lifetimes. We have judgment in reverse. So there's a lot of emotional maturity that you guys are meant to step into in this lifetime. Now let's see the War of the Roses. So that's the war where nobody wins. The battlefield is just littered with bodies and there's nobody winning. The War of the Roses in reverse. The Page of Wands. The Eight of Cups. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you guys are meant to walk away from all kind of self-destructive behaviors and patterns, and especially self-sabotaging. That's the word I wanted. Self-sabotaging behaviors and karmic situations. Transmuting any kind of player energies, any kind of sex addictions. Sex addiction is coming out strong. Any kind of sex addictions here. Any kind of impulsive behavior. Okay, you guys are meant to walk away from that and spark something new within yourself and within your ancestral line. That's what I'm getting. Beautiful. So big soul mission here. All right, so let's see what lessons or blessings are you guys working on right now. What lessons or blessings are you guys working on right now? Okay, so feminine energy will be here. Masculine energy is going to be here. So for feminine energy, we have a Native American. Now, every time I see this card, this tells me about some sort of shamanism. It tells me about spiritual gifts, some kind of spiritual gift, particularly a healing gift that you may have brought over to this lifetime. So it looks like there's some kind of sensitivity that's unfolding for you, some kind of psychic gift, some kind of psychic activation that's happening for you here with this Native American card. So you are stepping onto your spiritual path right now, developing your spiritual gifts, particularly if they are healing gifts. And let's see masculine energy. We have leaving or travel. So he's dealing with some sort of baggage from the past, and particularly it might be an abandonment issue that may have made him incredibly codependent. So this is what he's dealing with. That fear of being alone, which has kept him trapped in toxic situations lifetime after lifetime. Okay, so let's have a look. So divine feminine energy stepping into her power. So she is on track. Okay, she's on track, right? Because remember, you guys are meant to be in soul mission. So she's well in preparation for soul mission, and he's doing his own thing as well, because this is what he's supposed to be processing. Okay, these abandonment issues, these codependent and toxic behaviors. Okay, that's what he's meant to be processing here. Let's see Native American. We have the Four of Wands, okay? Laying a new foundation for herself. She stripped away the ego and she is stepping into who she really is and laying a new foundation for herself and again also for her family, because Four of Wands is a card of family. But that's her really embracing, if she is a twin, her twin journey and recognizing it's not just this love connection, but also this very spiritual project that she is on. Luck is on her side right now, okay? Angels, guardian angels, spirit animals are working with her right now because this is a major transformation that she's undergoing right now. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse. She's working on a lot of heart healing. Now, I don't think she's putting a lot of effort towards the connection right now. That's what it seems like. She's focusing on herself, healing her heart, and getting herself into balance. Really preparing for what she's meant to do in this lifetime. If even she might be already on it, quite frankly. Let's see the masculine energy. He's dealing with some baggage from the past, and it looks like abandonment issues, but he's on his own journey. What do we have here? Ace of Cups in reverse, and as I told you, this is why he's so codependent. There's an abandonment issue here. There's some kind of sense of loss, and if we go back to the vision that we got, maybe there's that profound loss that he had when he realized that, because there's a twin soul that's going through this, when he realized that he may have destroyed the next part of himself. There's that profound abandonment. He felt like he couldn't live without his twin. So that's that feeling of being alone that he's transmuting here. King of Swords in reverse. Okay. And he may have stayed, and I'm saying he, but it's divine masculine, whether they're male or female in body. Okay. I do try to say they, but it gets confusing when you're channeling. I'm just trying to get the pure messages out. Right. So this masculine that we're tapping into may have even stayed in some very narcissistic energies, could have adopted a lot of narcissistic behaviors to protect themselves, but also stayed in a lot of toxic relationships just because they did not want to be alone. And this is something that he's transmuting. He's dealing with the root cause of that issue, feeling a bit of conflict because his intuition is telling him that the clock is ticking for this relationship. He needs to wake up and smell the coffee, right? But at the same time, he might be thinking about some kind of duties or responsibilities, thinking about bills. Thinking about bills here, okay? And of course, not wanting to be alone, but feeling like clock is ticking, he needs to move towards the Empress. So he wants to come towards the Empress, but Spirit is saying he has some baggage that he needs to deal with, because this is the root cause of his addictions and whatever other codependencies that he may have. Where are you guys now currently in the contract? Let's have a look. Where are you guys? Are you guys on track? Is anybody lagging behind here? Let's have a look. Underneath the deck, the journey in reverse. Somebody's lagging behind. All right, let's see where feminine energy is. Where's she at? She's at the Oracle of Delphi in reverse. So she's a magician in reverse. So she's not standing in her power. Okay, not yet. And the masculine is in Archangel Michael. And it's also in reverse. So he is also not where he's meant to be either. Okay, I feel like he's dealing with this healing, but there's a delay in him really stepping into complete self-love, and standing up on his own 2 feet here. Because card number 9, that is the Hermit. Okay, so there is some kind of unwillingness to dive deep, and Spirit is encouraging him to dive deep. All right, so let's put some cards in these. Let's see what's going on. Why is the Empress not standing in her power? Okay, why is she giving her power away? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, she's the overgiver still in this relationship. Yeah, still in that karmic cycle of overgiving. Yep, and Spirit is asking her to free herself from that and manifest a new beginning for herself. Release that codependency, so that energy is anchored for the masculine. But she's still a little confused. It looks like 7 of Cups. Spirit is asking her to stand in her power so she can anchor that energy. But she looks like she's still lagging behind. Let's see why the masculine is not where he needs to be either. We have the 4 of Cups. He's depressed. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And he's so depressed that he's not working on himself. He's also depressed over some money issues as well. Okay. Spirit is trying to tell him to step into his power. Okay. Remind him of who he is. Okay. But he feels like he needs to be dependable in another situation, whether it's dependable financially, maybe even just for himself. Okay. But he is very financially focused right now, and it's because of that he's not doing the healing that he's meant to be doing right now in order to step into his power. So both of you guys aren't where you guys are meant to be. Okay. All right, so before I go into the extended, I'm going to get some advice for those who can't join me in the extended, right? But in the extended, what I'm going to be looking at is, where will you guys be a year from now? And depending on what I see there, because in a year from now, maybe this energy is going to change. If that energy does not change, and both of you guys, I'm seeing that both of you guys are still not standing in your power, then we ask, what is the advice to either get into alignment or remain in alignment? And we're also going to ask about the highest outcome of this connection based on the current energies. I'm going to get some messages from your person, and then I'm going to get final advice. Okay. But for those who can't join me in extended, what is the advice for you guys here? Because it looks like neither of you guys are standing in your power right now. What is the advice? Shucks. Let's see what's the advice for you guys. Spirit is saying, admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. Okay, so Spirit is saying right now, it's time for some radical truth. Okay, some objective truth. Are you getting your needs met in this current setup? Is this person reciprocating your efforts? Is this where you want to be? Can you imagine doing the same thing for the rest of your life? And if the answer is no, then you need to take action. And you know what to do. You know what you need to do. You do. You know what you need to do, and you need to do it. Because some of you guys, or maybe all of you guys, you're doing something that's signaling that you're settling for less than you deserve. And remember, divine feminine energy, the feminine energy, is the one that anchors the energies into the 3D for the connection. So you have to anchor standing in your power. You have to anchor you being on soul mission in order for it to ripple through the connection. Okay? So my loves, thank you so much. Grateful for your likes, shares, subscribes. If you're able to join me in extended, please do. Let's see where this thing is going and what we can do to get into alignment. If you're not able to join me in extended, Would you consider interacting with any of the ads I may play during this reading, because that's beautiful energy exchange for me, and you can do that for any reader that you enjoy. Okay, alright, my loves, that was your reading. I hope that helped you. Take care. Bye.